Between Two Bridges, episode 103. Dan Scherling, Degree Wellness. They're going to change the way you look at life.
You're listening to Between Two Bridges, a business-to-business podcast. With your hosts, Joe Ferranti and Jerry Kenna. Produced by Nathan Kenna. Interviewing entrepreneurs, business operators, and investors. This episode is brought to you by Wash, because laundry shouldn't cost your time. Wash delivers. Sign up at pickupwashdeliver.com. Do the wash. Skip the hassle.
Welcome back, Between Two Bridges, episode 103. Got my esteemed co-host here, Mr. Jerry Kenna. To my left, we have Mr. Scherling. Pronouncing that right?
Yep.
Okay. Before we get started, I want to address something that you guys, our loyal listeners, might have noticed that our audio didn't sound right.
I got some text messages. I got some calls.
People thought that we got too good for ourselves after 100 episodes and just started recording them out of like Dixie cups or something. Yeah. But we had a catastrophic failure with our computer. Nate, our producer, decided that he was going to smash his computer into 1,000 pieces. We've all been there. It happens. This time it happened 2 days before we released the last episode. So hopefully by the time this airs, Nick Paradise is sitting on the school board in Oakmont.
Yeah.
And if not, we have an excuse. It was Nate's computer's fault.
Yeah, sorry, Nick. We did get the episode out on time, but the audio was a little lacking.
Yeah.
But it was a photo finish, but the audio was a little echoey, to say the least. But it did. We were just glad to get something out.
So your episode will sound
great.
Great.
I love that. You got it out of the way.
Yeah, we're back up and running, and.
So for people that don't know you, they're going to ask, what's he doing here and why are you guys having him as a guest? But we'd rather you answer that.
Sure. So my name's Dan Scherling. I'm 35, born and raised in Pittsburgh. Okay. My day job is in banking. I bank a lot of large publicly traded companies, help them with their financing. Been doing that since I graduated from Pitt in 2012. Started falling in love with entrepreneurship at the age of 24. That's when I bought my first rental property. So real estate investing is kind of where I got my feet wet with entrepreneurship. Still own those properties, love it. I had about 12 rental units right now on the north side. And most recently, we got an exciting endeavor. My wife and I were starting a wellness business called Degree Wellness.
So I got in touch with you because actually my wife knows your wife, and she saw that your wife posted it on social media, and we were actually up at our camp, and she said, hey, this girl I used to teach with is opening up this wellness center, and we actually have that in common because we've been going on this wellness journey, for lack of a better way to say it.
It's a great term.
What's wrong with that, man?
Yeah. Over the last few years, kind of in a similar way, doing a lot of the things that you're going to be offering. And so we were kind of snooping around on the website and seeing what you're going to offer. And we were like, this is really freaking cool. And so she said, I wonder if they would do the podcast. And I said, well, I don't know, message her, see if she would do it, because that would be a really cool interview. Because I'd like to see I want to know what they're going to do. I want to see what that's all about. So even more for selfish reasons, I wanted to, learn more about your business. And so we were excited to get you on here and learn more about what got you into this, from banking and real estate and teaching in the education world to wellness, and what got you into that world. And learn about the business and all that kind of stuff. And So I think we're going to have a lot to talk about tonight.
Love it. Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. But so let's start with that. So how did you go from, I know that your wife, Erica, right, has an education background, and you're in banking and in real estate. How did you get into wellness? Like, where did you find that passion, and how did you end up in that direction?
Yeah, great question. It was a perfect storm, to be honest. So we both have a passion for this lifestyle. We've gone on our own individual wellness journeys over the years and have truly like engulfed ourselves in that lifestyle. Once you start feeling the benefits of active lifestyle, clean eating, and some of the services that we offer, there's no going back. You fall in love with how you feel. So it was about a year and a half ago, I was looking for the next step in my entrepreneurial journey. I was looking to buy a business. Rental properties are great, but once you renovate them and you flip them and you rent them out, it's kind of like just management mode. And I was just itching. I was like, all right, what's next? So I started looking at different businesses to buy, probably ran diligence on 4 of them, anything from an HVAC and plumbing company, some home remodeling type of stuff. And I see an ad, a brand new franchise that's rolling out in the wellness sector. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm super passionate about health and wellness. Let's dive in. So started with the early diligence, getting some information, meeting the team, and probably did that for about 3 months, just getting different, advancement in the different information they provide you, and started falling in love with every aspect about this business. The founder, coincidentally, is from Pittsburgh. She's from Sewickley. The 4 corporate locations for this franchise are out of Jacksonville, Florida, and they're brand new. They just started franchising this business out 12 months ago. And they've signed up.
Did we touch on the franchise?
Yeah, so the franchise is called Degree Wellness.
Okay.
They've started franchising it out 12 months ago, but their corporate studios have been operating for about 5 years. In the first 12 months of franchising this business, they have signed up over 200 locations across the country. So we're at the top of the list right now in terms of fastest growing franchises. So it's super exciting. And it's just that classic Pittsburgh touch of like the founders from Sewickley. So it was like something's right here.
Yeah, was her place called Degree Wellness also?
Yes. Yeah, there was no rebranding.
Okay.
And it was funny how she stumbled into this business. She was in New York City, started up a couple tech companies there, was doing really well, developed thyroid cancer. So she was in Florida and was looking for these different wellness services because you have like a big scar on your neck. Yeah. So she got into red light therapy, starts finding Degree Wellness, gets in there, falls in love with it, ends up buying the business, and here we are. Now she's franchising it out across the country.
Yeah, and we spoke a little bit earlier, so it's going to be a sauna, right?
All kinds of services. We have eight services.
That's what got her started in this.
Yeah,
right?
Mostly red light. Red light's really good for wound healing. So the thyroid cancer, big scar right here.
Yeah, and there's multiple health benefits, but you're not going to just run out and buy a red light, and put it in your house. Like we've talked about that before, but so for her to see this as a business, she's on to something there. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so the stars aligned.
Yeah, so you started looking into wellness, and that was a passion of yours before you found this franchise. So you started into that world personally between you and Erica in your own lives before this, and it just kind of, you stumbled upon the franchise and thought, oh, hey, check this out.
Yeah, 100%. So I would say about 9 years ago or so, I was probably at my unhealthiest point. I was super busy with working the day job, and then, so I'd work the 9 to 5, and then I'd come home and I'd meet my dad at the apartment building, and we would swing hammers until 10, 11 at night, and then rinse and repeat, and spend most of our weekends there. So it was like pure grind season, and it was consuming, and I didn't prioritize my health. So I was about 40 pounds heavier than where I'm at today. Felt it, drinking more than I should be, eating bad, carrying extra weight. So something just triggered where I was like, all right, I got to prioritize my health. And that happened. And you just start falling in love with it as you do it. You start feeling the benefits, you start seeing the benefits. And like I told you earlier, there's no going back once you really start getting into this lifestyle.
Yeah, we found that, my wife and I, whenever we started researching it, we started talking about it a little bit off camera, and maybe we probably shouldn't have. We do that. We tend to do that with guests. We start having conversations before we start, and then we ended up talking about stuff we should talk about when we start.
Our best episodes are before and after the actual episode. Like,
So we'll rehash some of that, but we started getting into it more. So my wife's sister started reading a lot about that kind of stuff, and then my brother, who is an Air Force veteran, was also reading about a lot of stuff, and they were both kind of feeding us information, right? And so we were being told things and we're listening, and so as we're listening to them and starting to understand these things and understanding what you should be eating and what you shouldn't be eating, starting to like look at labels and understanding what we're putting in our bodies and like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? And understanding whole foods and what processed foods are, and understanding how to count macros and how to understanding what a ketogenic diet is, and understanding even as far as, so my brother went down the rabbit hole of the ketogenic diet, and he started, and what he did, his story was he was in the Air Force for a long time. So he, part of being in the Air Force, you have to be able to do a PT test. He's a pilot. He flew KC-135s, refueling planes, and he's a big listener. So he's going to hear this whole story. He's going to be very interested in this episode. He was never, so he's got to be able to take PT tests. So he's always been physically fit, while he's been in the Air Force, but he started understanding this stuff and listening to, Andrew Huberman and some of these guys that take this stuff really seriously. And he thought, I want to learn more about this, and I want to start doing this. I want to try this out. And he started doing it himself before he brought any of this to me. So this was probably back in around 2016. Now, that was the point where I was probably, and I'm going to talk about stuff that I've never talked about on the air, and I'm just going to lay it all out there because what the fuck.
Love it.
I was probably at my heaviest at that point. He didn't bring any of it to me at that point because I think he wanted to kind of experiment on himself. So he went on a keto diet, went through the whole keto flu. Hell, that couple of weeks that you have to get through that. But then realize that after you get through that, it's like euphoria. You feel incredible. Your focus, your energy, it's really, really hard to explain how you feel. You get up in the morning, you have no aches and pains. You wake up with more energy. You can stay up later at night. You can climb up the stairs and your knees don't crack. You don't have the aches when you walk up the steps. It's just different. You're not hungry. You don't have those, you know what I mean? It's just it's just bizarre. But once you get that sugar out of your system, it's a completely different feeling. But those couple days when you're getting it out of your system, oh boy, is that rough.
So I've heard.
Yeah. So after he did it, he was on keto for a little bit. He dropped a good bit of weight. He said, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something." And he told me about it. I'm like, all right, I'm going to try it. So I tried it, and it was good. And I started it, and I did it for a little while. And I've been on and off a keto diet since about that time. And I'm on it now. And I mean, since then, over that amount of time, and it's been a long battle, right? Up and down, but I'm down over 100 pounds at this point.
Oh, wow. Good for you, man. That's great.
Yeah. I can say that as I'm sitting here right now, I'm at like high school weight.
Fantastic.
So I'm pretty excited about that. So it's a battle, but I'm closer to my goal weight now than I have ever been. And we're just going to keep powering through. So between keto and intermittent fasting, it's like life-changing. So between that and we bought a plunge. I like doing that. So we went down this whole wellness journey, trying to do whole foods and keto as much as we can. And so whenever so I'm excited for whenever you open this place up.
Yep,
and
got the perfect
learn more
spot for
about
you.
this stuff. I've never done a sauna. I'm excited to try that. And learn about the other stuff that you're doing. So
Saunas are like absolve your sins. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not in the same headspace as Jerry. I've never had like the knee aches going up and down stairs. I'm pretty active just in life force as a
get you
business
there,
owner.
bud. You wait,
But,
get you on keto. You'll think you'll feel better. You'll be like, I had pains I didn't know I had.
I mean, I don't know how much I want to advertise this on a podcast, but like I could drink 15 beers tonight and I'll wake up in the morning and I'll drive to work and be like, maybe I drank a little too much. And then the next day I won't drink any beers and I'll drive to work and be like, did I fucking drink last night? Like, like my baseline is fucking pretty different. But no, I attest to Jerry, and one of the things that I've noticed with me and Jerry have known each other a long time is like his weight is always fluctuating. And like there's times where Jerry gets to a point where it's like, I'm just about to be like, hey bud, I'm worried about you. You know, you're like, you come in and there's Chick-fil-A wrappers and it's like, but he catches it and you can tell it in his voice, and it's kind of fun to watch him go through the agony of it, I guess. But yeah, we're all built different, but I say the saunas absolve you of your sins because years ago I was a member in a country club and we would go golf, but if you had a 7 a.m. tee time, 6 o'clock sauna with a 6-pack of beer was like the move. Like, and not just any beer, like typically what I'm drinking tonight, Greg Saxon, thank you. It was Coors Light because it would like flush your system from the night before. Now that I'm 40, I don't do that anymore. But so I understand that you're going to have a holistic approach to wellness, not just like saunas and cold plunges, but it's going to be an opportunity for someone that's experiencing like what Jerry's gone through to try to learn that lifestyle. You just come to you, right?
Yeah, a lot of our members have tried one-off services before. They've tried a sauna or they've tried a cold plunge. We have 8 different services under our roof in one spot. So there's gonna be a lot of people that are trying something for the first time. And
Any
in addition,
pickleball?
Any what? Pickleball? No, but there's a Fox Chapel pickleball club or some kind of racket club right down the street.
Oh, right.
So yeah, it's a good target audience.
So what are the 8 different services? What all will a member be able to do?
Yep. So infrared sauna, which is quite different than the traditional sauna. We can get into that if you want. Infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, where you get access to both of those at the same time. We have cryotherapy. We have red light therapy, oxygen therapy, compression massage, and IV drips, vitamin boosters. We have a light facial that uses blue, red light as well. Yeah, I think that about covers it.
So now it's membership only, right?
No. We have retail walk-in. Membership offers great discounts. So
Okay.
you get a bundle of services that you can use in a month.
Okay.
Is how our membership works. We offer 3 different membership tiers. The lowest one is, hey, I want to come and do 2 sessions a month. Then we have one that's called Premier. It's 8 sessions a month. And then we have an unlimited membership where you can come use anything you want as much as you want.
And I guess for the people that are listening to this, I guess location's everything, right? Mm-hmm. Where are you going to be located?
We're on Harts Run Road, right next to Burn Boot Camp, Fox Chapel. So we're within 10 minutes from Hampton. We're in Fox Chapel. We got Glenshaw, Shaler area right there. So it's a really nice spot to be able to reach a number of different pockets of Pittsburgh.
So when you were starting this out, you have a full-time job. What kind of hurdles with the franchise setting this up as far as like financial, like what was the setup as far as getting this set up with the franchise?
Mm-hmm. So all franchises, they're quite regulated. They're regulated pretty heavy. So there's a document that's called the franchise disclosure document. They have to refresh that every single year. That is a long document that you get right up front in your diligence process. 200 plus pages, goes through everything that you would want to know. Upfront capital investment of the existing one so you can know what the ranges are, what to expect out of pocket. SBA lenders also lean on that a lot for loan purposes. They go over the profitability of the existing studios, what the normal membership looks like, all of the various liability things, what kind of permits you need. So it is all encompassing. So you get that right away. And that was, I was a little bit skeptical of the franchise model as an entrepreneur, but I think I was a little naive. I saw that 7% franchise fee that you typically pay right off the top, and I'm like, why would I do that?
Right.
Then you see all the support and resources that you get, and I pay more than 7%. It's really nice. It's like jumping into the deep end with floaties on. Like when you're starting a business from scratch, sometimes it's just overwhelming. You're almost like paralysis analysis. What do I do?
Yeah.
But you really have a framework here, and that gave my wife and I a lot of comfort in kind of advancing through the process.
I've seen it go both ways. As an accountant that's worked with franchise clients, I've seen clients that own franchises that they spend a lot of money sending that money to their franchises that they get nothing out of. But I've seen it the other way where that franchise is a huge benefit to them. Mm-hmm. They hold their hand through the process. They get a lot of benefit out of that franchise. We have a client and a friend that has a franchise that gets a ton of support. That the franchise owner is a phone call away and will jump on his airplane and be in his office, and will be there to help him. And that they've been on the phone and said, "Hey, I'm trying to grow sales and I'm having a hard time and I need help. And what can I do?" And he'll say, "Okay, well, where are you stuck? And okay, this is what I would suggest that you do." And he's given them guidance on what to do and like mentored them.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important things if you're doing diligence on a franchise is the ownership team and the founders. You're getting into business with them for a long time, so that dynamic is huge. It's probably the most important thing. That and what industry segment are you getting into? So, yeah, ownership is huge. I really liked the founders. They have a great team around them. The head of operations, marketing. A heavy part of our upfront work was getting to know these people that are running the show, and we really liked them. We liked their background. Great people, very smart people. So it just kept checking all of our boxes. We're both pretty diligent people. I mean, I work in banking, so I'm a very analytical type of guy. And the further along the path we went down with Degree Wellness, they kept checking every box from industry, founders, the economics of the business.
Now, as far as the services that you're providing, were those 8 services were they all different services that Degree Wellness said that or did you decide those are the ones that you wanted to offer, or are they ones that they say to offer?
A really cool part of our franchisor is her corporate studios are the guinea pig for us. So she has tried many of modalities, and some that she discontinued, whether it was, the science really isn't there, the demand isn't there. So when she's rolling out like, hey, these are the 8 services that we're gonna roll out to our franchisees, they've already gone through the ringer, and she doesn't do anything that's not science-backed. So there's no fad or it's like something that just came out. We're not selling snake oil. All of our services are science-backed. They've been proven in her market to have the demand. And that's one of the really cool perks of having a good founder and someone that's willing to like, hey, I'm gonna be the guinea pig here. I'm not gonna roll out a new modality for you guys to test it.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like when you're in a franchise, it's not a failing business that franchises. They have figured it out. Maybe they found their own snake oil or their own process that makes them different in the industry, and then they roll it out. Like Sport Clips didn't just give out 100 bad haircuts and then decide, oh, we're going to franchise this. They figured out a system.
It's the steam towel. It's the steam towel. That's the secret sauce.
I used to go there a lot, and then I went back to my roots, got a great barber, enjoy it. Do need to shave, but that's a whole nother topic.
What made you decide on the location, your first location there?
Yep, sure. So you initially reserve a territory because you don't start working with like looking for commercial spaces, which was a whole different animal for my experience in real estate. You reserve a territory. So they allow you to reserve a territory, say like up to about 100,000 people. by zip code. So the two that we liked, that we reserved, were Fox Chapel and Wexford. So we're looking for dense populations. We're looking for affluent populations, people that have disposable income. These services they're premier services. They're not cheap. So yeah, it was population density. It was affluent, and also people that were not older, but I wouldn't want to put this type of business necessarily in like a Shady Side or a Lawrenceville with the target age of, 28 years old. Little people that are a little bit further down in their financial maturity, to where if we hit an economic downturn, they're not so quick to dissect their budget and start cutting their gym membership or their wellness business. Right. These areas of Pittsburgh are a little more established, mature, to where it's a little bit of a stickier type of membership base.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on with what I have going on in my business. Like, dry cleaning is a luxury service, and you can't put it somewhere whenever the economy's going well. Then if it takes a dip, because we don't know what the next 5 years is going to bring, but if the economy takes a real bad downturn, dry cleaning is kind of a thing, and laundry is kind of a thing that people look at as like, that's bougie, right? Mm-hmm. So then it goes away. So you got to put yourself in these marketplaces that it's not really bougie then. It's a necessary, like I learned early in business, not everybody's as broke as I am. You know what I mean? Like, and like that goes for when you're charging the right price. Like, you might say like, I wouldn't pay this for that service, but your customer will. So like, don't price it for you. You price yourself right out of the market. So I think you have a great location there. I think that corridor is kind of like, you're right by like UP Osceola?
Yeah, same building. So it's LP Ziola, Burn Boot Camp, and us.
Yeah, that building sat vacant for so long.
Yes. I think 9 years.
Yeah. I
LP
never
Ziola was
understood.
in there about 7 years ago, but Burn's a year old, and we'll be going in there.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know what was going, but like that is a great little area. Like you said, you can pull from Hampton. Hampton's a great area. Shout out to one of our past guests. They have Sip Tap Room.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah, we had him on the show a couple
Just met
episodes.
him. Yeah, I've been networking in the area. So we're going to their 4-year anniversary tomorrow. From 4 to probably 10 or so, they're having a party to celebrate their 4-year anniversry. We'll be there. My business will be tabling there, so you can come get a free compression massage.
Oh, no shit.
We're raffling off 3 free services.
I got to pick up from the other Kevin Driscoll. I have to pick up computers that he refurbed for our new store, so I'll be there.
Nice. Well, you'll see us out there marketing.
But so that little thing that they got going on there, it's not huge. It's not a big, but it's centrally located. So there's quite a few businesses right there that have all kind of like started doing well. And there's some things that are coming to that area besides you that are going to start bringing people into that area. We won't talk about that. We'll have to have Kevin come back on and talk about that. But it's kind of cool what they got going on. Hart's Plaza. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, great location, great concept. Because not everybody wants to just like spend $80,000 to like rehab their basement into a bunch of cold plunge, hot, like all this service.
Yep. It's all under one roof at Degree Wellness.
Thank you for listening. And now a brief word from our sponsor. You've got a full plate. Kids, meetings, workouts, side hustles. There's better things to do than laundry. Introducing Wash, laundry reimagined for the modern world. Schedule your pickup in seconds via the convenient web app. Wash picks up your clothes, cleans with care, and brings them back fresh and ready to wear. But it's more than garments. From bedding and table linens to shoes, hats, purses, and more. Wash handles all your life's fabric, leaving you more time to do you. Visit pickupwashdeliver.com and see how convenient it can be to do the wash. And now, back to the show.
Is there anything for like, is your wellness center gonna be like geared towards like, is there gonna be some stuff for pregnant women, or is it?
That's a good question. There's certain things that probably wouldn't be advised. I don't know that a pregnant woman should get into a cold plunge or a cryo chamber. That's something that you'd have to consult, your doctor with. I don't know the answer to that, but there's certainly things like red light therapy is great regardless, because it's not penetrating the skin. It's on the surface of the skin. You're boosting that mitochondria production. You're pumping your collagen, which, talking about Rogan and Huberman, they've been talking about collagen a ton lately. It's getting a lot of airtime, how big that is. I take it as a supplement, but your body naturally produces collagen as well. Big for skin health, skin tone, like joints, hair, nails, all that kind of stuff. A lot of benefits to collagen. So red light is a big one.
You were talking about infrared sauna and how it's different than a traditional sauna.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, of
Because I don't
course.
know anything about that. I'd like to know about that.
Yeah, I love it. So traditional sauna heats up the air around you, and that's what ultimately raises your body temperature. Infrared sauna uses infrared light, 3 different types, near, mid, and far. Far is the one that penetrates the deepest. That heats your core up from the inside. So you're not getting heat from necessarily the traditional sauna that's heating the air around you. Your core is getting heated up. And that really fires up your metabolism. So infrared sauna is by far better, in my opinion. I mean, certain people like the hotter temperature, but because the infrared light heats you from the core out, you can sit in an infrared sauna. It's 50 degrees colder than traditional sauna. Traditional saunas get up to about 200. Infrared sauna doesn't need to really go above 140.
That makes so much sense. Like, I've never looked at it this way, but anybody that's ever been to an ice rink or an automotive garage, like, they have those lights, the infrared lights that are above you, and when you're right in front of them, you're warm, right? But as soon as you step away from them, you're cold as shit. So it's wasted energy, and then if this is just penetrating to your core, it makes complete sense. I mean, anybody that's ever worked in
That's interesting.
It's
in a
really cool because
warehouse.
the 3 different types of infrared light all have different benefits. So I've gotten like real nerdy with this stuff. It's been about a year since we've signed up for this
Probably not
franchise.
a bad idea,
So
considering.
yeah, I love it. Right. So I want to be able to talk to our customers that just want like, hey, what are the top 3 benefits here?
Right.
And then the people like me that are like, hey, what's the science here? And it's like, okay, let's talk about it.
Right.
The near gets into your epidermis and it gets into the blood flow, and mid does this, far does that.
You have to know your shit. Like, I mean, especially like in my retail days, now that I'm getting back into it, I like miss talking to customers and explaining like the pros and cons of dry cleaning and not dry cleaning your clothes. Because guys will be like, I wore this, I'll hang it up, put my suit jacket away, and then they open it to wear it a year from now, and there's moth holes in it. It's like, yeah, because you don't know. There's hidden stains on your clothes. Like, wear a whole white outfit and go do a daily routine and see how fucking dirty it is. It's going to be pretty dirty. So, but you wear your black suit to a wedding and you're thinking, oh, I didn't get anything on it.
No, you did.
You did, and the moths will find it.
So how long do you typically sit in a sauna
Yep.
or one of those saunas, and is it different than a traditional sauna?
Yeah, great question. So what's neat about our business is you can book an infrared sauna session only, and you just have the access to the sauna. You could sit in there for 40 minutes. Or you could do contrast therapy, where we recommend about 15 minutes in the sauna, you shower off, dip into the cold plunge for 3 minutes, repeat.
Dude, my heart
and go
already
back
hurts.
and forth. It's incredible.
I've done it on a small scale, not like in a professional setting, but I've made my own hillbilly way of doing things like that. And
at the beach, right?
Yeah, and Jerry told me that about the cold plunge, and we had another gentleman that was on the show, Our Destiny. He was one of our co-hosts back then, and they were talking about it. I said, I kind of do something similar to the cold plunge. So every time I take a shower, I get cleaned, and then I just shut the hot water off and just fry myself for a second. Because, not for me, I do it for my bathroom, because it like just immediately knocks down all that like humidity, I think, So I'm like, well, I don't have to wipe the mirror off because it's good.
See, I found I started doing that before I got a cold plunge. I did the whole cold shower thing, and I actually find that harder.
Yeah, that's what
I
I've
find
heard.
the cold shower actually harder.
I would agree. The water's hitting you instead of just you
Just getting
dipping
in
right
it.
in. Yeah.
When it's hitting you and you.
I'm such a yinzer. I've done the polar plunge, dude.
Nice. I haven't done that.
New
I'm a
Year's
yinzer.
Day, we had to break the ice off the river when I did it to get in.
Yeah, I find just getting in the cold plunge and just getting in is actually easier than the cold shower.
I can't wait for you guys to try the contrast, because you said you had not done an infrared
I've not done
sauna.
a
You have,
sauna.
but you haven't done a cold plunge.
I've never done an infrared sauna. I've just done traditional sauna.
Oh, it's great. I mean, when you think about it, you're going from hot to cold, hot to cold. So when you're in the infrared sauna, your blood vessels are expanding, your blood flows go, and your body's fighting to stay cool. So that's what kind of boosts your metabolism. Then you go to the opposite, your blood vessels are constrict, your body's working really hard to stay warm. It's trying to maintain its core temperature in both environments. So they both boost your metabolism because your body's working hard. And when you go back and forth, there's just, it's magical.
Yeah. Bert Kreischer, the comedian, he's constantly doing stuff like that.
Yeah?
He he has a sauna in his backyard.
When he's not pounding 30 beers.
Yeah.
Well, see, he's like my baseline, right? So I don't think I've ever admitted that to anybody, but I'm like, as long as that dude's alive, I'm good, dude.
Just stay under that.
Like, me and him might be like 5 years separated, so like I'm just following him from a distance. Like, if we're good, if he's good, I'm good.
Have you done any research or read anything about the hydrogen therapies?
No. Our founder might have test run one of those type of services, but it wasn't one that rolled out to all of us. So, one thing I really like about our founder is that she really acts as the guinea pig and tests things at her own studios, and then only rolls out, what her best performing or services are. So, like for example, she tried GLP-1s. They didn't really go that well, so she kind of discontinued them. She tried dry float. For whatever reason, discontinued that. So I really like that about this business model, is that we're getting something that's, we don't have to be the guinea pigs to test it and then have it flop. Like, she's doing the testing and the market data.
Well, in wellness, like you said, the science needs to back it, right? So if you invested into this on your own, you were like, hey, we're going to do this on our own. You put a float in, right? And it might have been $40,000, $50,000 to put that machine in. And then science proves it to be wrong, or it's not getting the following. Now you're out 40, 50,000.
Yep.
And you're reluctant. Now you're going to lie. That's the problem with it. With that
snake, you get the snake oil territory.
Now you're going to be like, it's got all kind of benefits.
Yep.
I'm curious about, I was listening to, I think it was probably a Rogan podcast with Gary Brecka.
Yeah.
And he was talking about hydrogen therapy.
Okay.
And I guess there's a handful of different ways that you can take different ways that you can take it. And it seems like the most inexpensive way to take it is these tablets. And they're the cheapest way. You could just drop a tablet in a glass of water. It dissolves similar to an Alka-Seltzer.
I was going to say, that's Alka-Seltzer, dude. That's my dad got through his 30s with Alka-Seltzer.
and it's good. You can get them flavored or unflavored. And it supposedly has good health benefits, joints and things like that. It just puts more hydrogen in your body. There's other ways to do it. I guess they sell bottles that have the same hydrogen kind of in the bottle. The bottles apparently are expensive. They're like $200. The problem that he found with them is that hydrogen layer inside the stainless steel wears away. And after like 6 months, it's pretty much gone. And then the bottle's just a stainless steel bottle. So you're better off just buying the tablets. And then he said that the other way that you can do it is that you can actually, and the most effective way to do it, but it's the most expensive way to do it, is through a hot tub or cold plunge, actually. And you can actually get a hydrogen pump that they can add on to a hot tub, and it pumps this hydrogen into the water. And you sit in it, like into a hot tub for like 20 minutes, and it just pumps hydrogen into the water and it goes into your skin. And there was apparently Brecka, and I haven't listened to this podcast, but Brecka was on, it was Brecka's podcast with, who's the guy that has the podcast, the ex-military guy that has the podcast. It's escaping me.
Jocko.
No.
That's where I was thinking too.
The other guy. It'll pop in my head. But he had it. It was Brecka's podcast, and he had the guy on. And I guess it was like this awkward moment. Like, he was getting ready to have this podcast, or he was just about done with the podcast, and he was like, "Or do you have a lot of pain?" And he's like, "Yeah, 24 hours a day." And he's like, "You got to get in my bathtub." And he's like, "Listen, man, I don't think I'm that comfortable with you." And he's like, "No, man, like seriously, you got to try this hydrogen treatment. And so he did. Gave him a pair of trunks, put him in his bathtub. But apparently, like, from what this, story is that he slept that night 8 hours straight for the first time in like 10 years. And apparently it's that good for pain relief.
I'm a big Brecka fan. I mean, he's at the forefront of all of this type of stuff.
100%.
So like super knowledgeable, really great content. And him, Rogan, Huberman, they're all pushing this type of stuff. So that's what got me excited about getting in this industry, is that it's really in its infancy.
There's so much
100%.
that they talk about that if you listen to, and it's unfortunate to say, but if you listen to like what the FDA tells you and like what the people that like we're trained to listen to, and like as I grew up, I was told like you got to be careful taking in what the doctors tell you. Even it's a shame. My doctor's pretty good. He's pretty straight with me, and like I think he listens to Brecka and Huberman, to be honest with you. But like I was told, like you got to be careful taking creatine. You got to be careful taking protein. You got to be careful taking, and it's now I'm 41 and I'm listening to people tell me you should be taking creatine every day. Mm-hmm. You should be taking way more protein than you should be consuming way more protein than what you're taking. And like now I'm doing all those things that I've been told for years. And you should be taking in, like, the ketogenic diet is the complete opposite of what you teach you in school. It's take the food pyramid and turn it upside down. Yeah,
I was going to say, this is the same FDA that came out with the food pyramid that we're talking about. Isn't it? It's really disappointing whenever you learn that so much of what you were brought up and taught
was completely bullshit.
Well, we say it all the time on here, the fall of the money, right?
Absolutely.
So if they keep the food pyramid the way we learned it,
big pharma's
then the education, the lunches you get in the cafeteria don't seem so bad. Oh. But if you flip it, they feel like it costs too much to then provide those lunches in the cafeteria.
We just had, the kids have like, it was grandparents' breakfast day or something. We had bring grandparents to breakfast or whatever. So we went there, and my daughter got a thing of chocolate milk, and I just grabbed it and looked at the ingredients. There are so many artificial flavorings, and everything is fat-free milk. And then there's so much bullshit in there. And like, there's a list of cancer-causing ingredients in this milk. And I'm like, you'd be better off just drinking whole milk.
I know somebody.
Absolutely.
Just drink whole milk.
I know a guy that works at that facility that makes that school milk. And he's like, if you would see all the things we add, dude, it's insane.
So one of my favorite things about the wave of social media and podcasts is that it was really a good way for a lot of the bullshit to get cut.
Expose it.
Their control over the narratives lessened.
Yeah.
It was more of a free market and this information. So there's obviously a lot of downsides with social, but there have been some amazing benefits out of it, and exposing some of the agencies and the things that we have been told is one of them. And we could do a whole nother pod about
I would regret not bringing up my wife in this, because like I'm still I still look at myself as like the steel mill worker, red eye shot drinker, like I'll be fine kind of guy. But I'm probably in better health just because my wife doesn't provide the shit at my house. Like, I mean, my kids kind of are on a dicey diet right now, but they're kids, like they're not going to eat the shit that we think they should eat. Even if it was the best thing they ever tasted, they're going to pick something else. My wife has been very conscientious. And I think what happened to her is she lived in Hawaii for a little bit. And like, as soon as you get away from the mainland, things start to change a little bit. You start talking to the locals and being in this culture, and they're like, yeah, don't eat that. That's bad for you. But like, our kids are like, it's trick or treat, dude. I'm eating all this shit. But like, so she's really in tune to all this. And she's heard of what you're establishing right now before I would ever thought. And she's like, yeah, I told you about that place. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Love to hear that.
Joe, it's hard, and my kids eat their share of shit, right? Halloween, and trust me, my kids eat their share of shit. But like, we try so hard. Like every morning, like I make my kids breakfast, and like we buy like Mancini's bread is made with lard. Like they make it's pretty clean. So I make them a slice of.
I'm laughing because my daughter just eats a whole. If I buy Mancini's bread,
she'll eat the whole loaf.
Dude, she doesn't put anything on it.
It's so
She
good.
just eats a whole loaf of bread.
Yeah.
She's 37 pounds soaking wet at 9 years old.
My kids are so spoiled. Like they wake up in the morning and they have a slice of Mancini's bread with butter, two over easy eggs, and my son one scrambled. And that's what their breakfast before school.
What time?
Because like I refuse to send my kids.
I can hit the cold plunge.
Listen,
I can hit the cold plunge.
I refuse to send my kids to school with a bowl of cereal because they're just going to have a sugar crash before in the middle of class. Like I want them to have eggs, and like I get up and I make them 2 eggs and 1 piece of toast. Like I try to keep them. Like, and we try to like, and then, we try to pack them lunches, like they can buy lunch once a week. Yeah. Because school lunch is still shit, Oh,
my childhood, it was like cereal and Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Was it?
Because we didn't know any better.
And it's crap. Yeah.
Because that's what they told us was part of a balanced diet.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Now my whole family,
we live like
woken
birds.
to all of this.
We live like birds. Like I don't eat a lot. My wife doesn't eat a lot. Like my kids that like you'll send them like to lunch with a packed lunch. They won't touch a sandwich. They'll eat like 5 chips. But the chips will be smashed in the fucking thing. Like, are you hungry? Nah, I'm good. I had 5 chips. Like it's insane, dude. Like it is so strange to see like the way that your kids actually become you and like like I get hangry from time to time, but like literally I could suffice that with like 4 Ritz crackers. like I'm good, dude.
Well, you reduce the amount of crap that you put in your body, a lot of the sugar, and your cravings go away.
Yeah, and
so
my family's a big ice cream family.
time.
Like my wife likes ice cream, my daughter and son like ice cream, but like we'll go to get ice cream and I won't get ice cream. Like I don't eat ice cream very much.
Yeah.
Like
we're an ice cream fam too.
I'm like, they have icy light ice cream back here? Get some of that.
You just gotta, and it's become harder and harder to find stuff that doesn't have shit in it. Like one thing that blew my mind, this was years ago, I discovered this, was ice cream. And you go to the ice cream aisle and how many options you have that they can't even say it's ice cream anymore. It's frozen dessert because the first 3 ingredients aren't even milk or cream. It's just bullshit. It's oil. It's nonsense.
Are you going to do any dietary things at your place?
No dietary. Yeah, purely wellness services. But I'm sure that we'll have great partnerships with all kinds of like synergistic businesses. The physical therapy places where you have injuries that are healing, and a lot of our services help with joints and muscle recovery, like dietitians and things like that. Great supplemental businesses. So
one of the things that like I joke around because like I eat like shit and I drink beer and just keep going. I'm fueled. But
you're going to get a membership here. It's going to change your life.
Yeah. Well, I'm down for that because I'm like not afraid to try new shit either. I'm not like your grandfather was like, get off my lawn and give me my icy light and shut the fuck up. So I'm always up for trying new shit, but don't look at my Coors Light tonight, man.
No, I was looking to see what flavor Zinzi had over there.
But one of the things I think about like is this shit wasn't even available, 25 years ago. Like like you're talking about these podcasts, and I think that's the greatest thing about like for all the flaws in social media and all the flaws that like this instant to know country that we live in has. This part of it is like great. Right. So you said IVs. So let's just say we tie one on at a podcast one night. Come down. What time are you going to open in the morning?
Yep. 10 a.m. on the weekends.
Oh, shit.
On the weekends. On the weekdays, we're at 8.
Yeah, we shoot Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Well, 8 a.m. then on weekdays, so come on down.
Yeah, because like you see, like people are always advertising their product to a demographic, right? So like they'll say, have you seen the Florida Keys on your knees? Come get a liquid IV. That's like their slogan. And they have an IV space there. So your IV setup it'll be mostly for maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
But when you dip off of that train and you want to come back to reality.
Yeah, we're not exactly marketing, be like, hey, did you go on a binger last night? Like, come on
No,
down.
I'm asking for a friend.
We got
Like, my
you.
wife's really pissed.
We
I gotta
definitely-
take the kids to soccer practice.
Yeah.
Can we write this shit real quick?
Yeah, it's cool. We have 6 different IV drip options. They all have different ingredients and different benefits. So it could be for immunity, metabolism, like beauty, even like skin health and different things like that. So yeah, they all will hydrate you and help. But yeah, there's probably a few concoctions that will.
Because I want to let you know, Fox Chapel is not exactly a dry town.
That might be your busiest section.
Yeah, that 10 a.m. on a Sunday might be a.
Yeah.
I love it.
Especially
Jumpstart.
or Monday after a Steeler game.
We'll be there.
So now you and your wife Erica are on you've always been on a wellness journey for the last, you're 35 now,
Yep.
so last 15 years, let's call it, maybe 10.
Yeah, I mean, look, it all fuels from something. So for me, it was whenever I was in the early stages of my professional career and really starting to get into entrepreneurship, and I was so busy keeping myself occupied with flipping real estate, working a day job, that I lost track of my health, and I saw what it was doing to me. My wife, she has some health complications of her own, so it was just both of our paths naturally finding our way towards different wellness journeys. And it's fun because it can spark in different people at different times for different reasons. But once
There's
you
no
get
doubt
in,
my wife loves me and I love her, and but if she could get me on the wellness kick, she'd be so excited. Like, she listens to the podcast and she gets it. She understands it a lot more than I do. So as far as your 8 services, which one are you most excited for?
Great question. I love cryotherapy.
Okay.
You ever tried it?
No. Bro.
I tried it for the first time.
I drink Pedialyte in the morning when I've had too much to drink the night before. So
Cryotherapy is very cool. A lot of similar benefits to cold plunge. You get in there and it's like a spike of adrenaline. It's minus 165 degrees.
Holy.
In this chamber. You're only in it for 2 to 3 minutes. Your extremities are covered. It sounds worse than it is.
That's how Antonio Brown froze his foot
Yeah,
off.
that's right. He wasn't wearing the proper, protection.
Then I put these shoes on. He's the dude sun tanning with no glasses, just looking at the lights.
That sounds like AV, man. That's concussion.
So how's this work? So what's the difference? Do you go in there? What do you go in there with?
Yep. So you'll have slippers protecting your feet. You'll have gloves on your hands. You'll have earmuffs for your ears, and then just a pair of shorts.
I gotta ask what? Okay, shorts. I was like, we gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
There's some members.
Look, someone has to be in that
crowd.
cryotherapy room because it's, you're in minus 165 degrees. They need to let you in and out, and just they need to be there. So yeah, you're covered enough, but you're also exposed enough. So you go in there, shorts. You got your feet covered, hands covered, ears covered. It sounds worse when I say minus 165 degrees than it is. I stepped in there for 3 minutes, and you can put like a Metallica song on or whatever. We got music in there to just fire you up, but you step out of there and it raises your dopamine levels by 250%. You have so much adrenaline and so many endorphins releasing that it's a huge boost to energy. Your mood goes up, you feel positive, you're just fired up.
Yeah.
If I was open, I would have gone in before I came here and talked to you guys.
So it's like cold plunge times 100.
It's not necessarily times 100. They're both very similar benefit-wise. It's wet cold or dry cold.
Okay.
Really.
So this is kind of like, as a non-experienced person, so you have this traditional sauna, you have the infrared sauna.
Yep.
This is kind of like the cold plunge and then the infrared cold plunge.
Yeah, in a sense, it's more just do you prefer wet cold or dry cold? A lot of people prefer the cryo chamber because they don't like getting soaking wet or being down in cold. You just step in and you're in a freezer for 3 minutes. You come out and you got some frost on your chest hair. But
No
you're
shit.
not. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cool, man.
I got it. Yeah. So that's a similar from when I was reading about the cold plunge, I actually read that your dopamine response to being in the cold plunge for 3 minutes So they talked about like your dopamine levels, the dopamine level response that you get for being in a cold plunge was the only thing comparable
With meth.
was cocaine.
Yeah.
But the thing with cocaine is that it would immediately start coming down, where with a cold plunge, it would just stay there.
And that's why I don't do cold plunge. That's why I never did coke. Dude, have you met me? Could you imagine me with more energy? People be like, this dude's a cokehead. Like, no, dude, I just got out of a cold bathtub. What's up? Home City Ice loves me.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a fantastic service for people that have seasonal depression or anxiety. I mean, those mental benefits for a lot of our services, they're huge, and I can't wait to bring them.
I think you nailed it there. Like, whenever I hear all this, like, I like joke because, like, that's what I do. You know, I tell jokes sometimes. But I think the biggest thing with all this is not like you feel better, right? But I think for the people that are having a hard go of it, that just can't, like, I'm a 1 foot after the other. Don't throw the shit at me. I don't care. Like, give me his shit. We'll be good. But like for people that are like on the fence, like having a bad time in their career, like I think that that's where this really lends, like opens their people's eyes. You know, like, all right, well, at least I have this to look forward to, even if it's not totally beneficial to their mainstay and their health. Like, all right, well, tomorrow morning I know that I'm gonna go get this cryotherapy. And I'm gonna feel fucking awesome afterwards, and then I'm gonna take the world on. Because not everybody wakes up with that dopamine level. Like every morning I wake up, I'm like I could wake up 5 minutes early or 30 minutes late. It doesn't matter. When I wake up, fucking let's go.
Do you know the other thing it does too? Is that it sucks.
Yeah.
Worst part of your day.
It's like getting into it sucks. So when you do it, you accomplish something.
Nate, put your fucking camera on a tripod. We're going to Jerry's house. I'm jumping in this bitch.
So
right
after
now.
you accomplished it, you're like, I fucking did it.
Yeah.
David Goggins talks about all the time. Goggins is talking about like do something that sucks every single day.
Yeah, who's gonna carry the fucking boats?
Like you just watch your ability to take on anything.
Yep.
One of the things I've noticed, like, as I get older and the longer I've been in the dry cleaning, like, I started plowing snow and, like, being a landscaper and being outside. And I could be outside. It didn't even matter. Like, Steeler game, just show up with a hoodie on, like, good to go. Now I'm in a dry cleaner. It's like, it's 100 degrees most days. When I go outside, I'm like, bitch boy. I'm like, ooh, it's fucking cold. They're like, dude, it's 58.
Yeah.
You're
Like,
a Floridian now.
Yeah. So I look forward to what you got going on down there. Because it's close to my home. You're about 5 minutes away from me.
Ooh.
Close to my favorite watering hole. Yeah.
Nice.
Close to my favorite beer distributor, my favorite pizza joint. So it's good to put something healthy in the loop.
Yeah.
So you talked about you don't have to be a member. You can do one-off, and then there's member tiers.
That's
do you
right.
have pricing set yet?
Yep, absolutely. So right now, we just started marketing 3 weeks ago. So our first 75 members will be a founding member. Very common in the franchise world. It's rewarding those people that are signing up with you first before you're open. So they get a lifetime discount of 20 to 25% on their membership for as long as they have it. And we're taking those now. We've sold 45 of them in the first 3 weeks. So
Get on it.
The community response has been terrific. We're thrilled about it. So we'll be selling founding memberships all the way up until we open. The first 75 get the biggest discount at 20 to 25, and then it goes down to 15 pretty much all the way until we open. So really and the way that we sell it is there's no risk. So there's no money down, there's no contract. You're not paying for anything until we open to the public. And before we open to the public, we have all of our founding members come to what's called a VIP week, where you get to come in and try all 8 of our services for free. And you get to bring an unlimited amount of guests with you that get to try one of our services for free in the hopes that we convert some of those guests into members. So it's a try it before you buy it. There's no money down. You're not paying until after you come try everything for yourself and say like, yeah, I'm in, I want this. And you're locking in that lifetime discount for no risk. So it's been really fun to talk about it for the last few weeks. We're getting a fantastic response and yeah, we're pumped.
And not to mention your location, people have wanted something there.
Oh yeah.
Like people have been rooting in our neighborhood, like just people that I know are like, can we put something there? Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
hate
been
driving
odd
past
to me that it's
vacant
been
windows.
empty because it's such a great location.
Right?
There's like stuff that's gone on, I think, that like has held it up.
Yeah, I mean, I have some insights, but I won't say them on camera.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
I love how EP Ziola was like, you know what, fuck it, we'll just shut down.
Yeah.
You want to shut down? We'll just shut down for a fucking year. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and that's a great, I mean, your neighbors there are great. I mean,
Burn Boot Camp, you can't ask for a better neighbor. I mean, the owner's fantastic. His name's Jared. We get along so well. And it's just the perfect neighboring business. Like, you work out here, you recover with us, and it's just a very nice clientele that will overlap a ton. We're going to help each other.
And I see it like in my daily, like I see it, my wife is in the stay-at-home mom phase right now, where like, got to get the kids on the bus and then got to go do this, got to go do that. And she doesn't have much time for herself. And like, you start to realize that, like, the more you spend time with people, you start to understand their problems more than your problems. And like, I got to get to work and do my thing. Mm-hmm. So like, we're opening this new shop and she's going to run that shop. And we're working out a schedule where like, I'll be home a couple of mornings. Like, if she could come down 8 o'clock or, and do something for herself, like, it's all about starting the day or ending the day. Like, our parents used to come home, have a couple drinks, wind down and go to bed. And like, maybe our generation wakes up and does a cryo and then goes and takes the fucking world on. So,
yeah. So along those lines, my wife hasn't been able to work since January of this year. She developed a really brutal ear condition called tinnitus.
Yeah.
And she has a very bad, it's a range of how bad it can get.
Yeah,
Hers is
I
brutal.
actually have it.
Oh, do you? So
Yeah.
she was working with kids. A lot of them have autism or Downs, and they don't have good volume control. So she has this really nasty ear condition. She's been dealing with it for 3 years. She had to leave the workforce. So it's really tough on her because she loved what she does. So when I brought her this business idea, you get that typical wife, like a little skepticism, and then she starts warming up to it. She trusts me when it comes to business, that's for sure. But we start talking about it. She gets more engaged and starts asking questions, and she's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Fast forward almost a year, she's so fired up right now about this. Like, she's got a spark in her that I love to see. It's so rewarding, and she's so involved. She's at our marketing events. She's talking about our business to all of her friends, and she's making social media posts for us. And like, that's like a renewed spark in her that she hasn't had because of what she's dealing with. So it just makes me so happy. I love to see it. And then in the background, like, I'm like, I told you so. I told you this was a good idea,
Yeah, and so mine is like so I shot a gun maybe 16 years ago now. I shot a deer in the woods. And I got a ringing in my ear that I normally get. And then I hunt right next to a stream a lot of times. And then I heard the water run. And then that night at camp, I'm laying and I'm like, oh man, like, I still hear this ringing. And now if I'm in a quiet room or if I lay down to bed, I'm getting used to it. Mm-hmm. So it's very mild, but I can hear ringing constantly. And it's been for like 16 years. But
Yeah, I get it. I have ringing in my ears.
I cannot imagine, like, because like you said, there's varying levels. Mm-hmm. So like, if you turn the volume 2 clicks to the right, it would drive me fucking crazy.
Yeah, I always have ringing in my ears.
But I'm kind of like on the same page with that right now. So like, my wife, she's been a stay-at-home mom for 9 years. Like, it's hard to put yourself back out there into the workplace if she has to take like any pause, in anything you do. If you stop, like if you're in this well and you stop, you'll see it. You've seen it. It goes baseline, good, stop. So for her to stop in January.
Yeah, you lose a sense of yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
And so when we're opening this new store, part of our deal is like, it's a proof of concept. We're going to have a retail section. My wife has always wanted to have a retail store. It's coming to fruition. And if I was doing this, it would be me, a lot of late nights, painting, doing whatever. But she's there. She's like, hey, come home, put the kids to bed. I'll go there. She's there till 1 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So like, it's so fun to go through these things with your spouse and your teammate. They say your ultimate teammate, that at the end of the day, when success hits or failure hits, you're together. Jerry told us a long time ago, he said, you got to be in communication with your spouse or your wife or your partner because if you're trying to plug holes in the boat and they're dumping water over top, you're sinking the ship together. And that comes with time, I think. We had a great 100th episode. We had some stellar guests here, people that have been there, done that kind of guys. And they were talking about it. And we've talked since then. And we're like, oh, you know, it brings clarity to your life. So for you to go through this with her, like, you don't have that burden to be like, if this doesn't work, newsflash, we're fucked. like, and that's like freedom. And like, not only that is a passion for you guys, like the community's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Like that community, we speak a lot of Oakmont on here because we're from Oakmont, but I'm new to Fox Chapel, 5 years. That community, they want somebody that owns their shit. They want somebody that knows their shit, and whatever after that, it doesn't matter. Like, so
it's really rewarding too, because like it just fulfills you. Like our purpose, we're enriching lives.
Yeah,
we're enriching people's lives using cool technology that leverages, you know, heat, cold, light, nutrients. So it's just such an easy project to get behind. We're super passionate about it, and we're here to like enrich the lives of the community.
You just said it. It's with your passion.
Yeah.
It's not snake oil. It's not something that you read about and something you're trying to sell and scam people. It's your passion. It's something you really believe in.
We've seen it, right? Not
You've
only is there
done
science, but we've seen it, we've done it, and
You feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's like the root of great business, right? Your passion behind it. Like my thing wasn't, I want to be the guy that cleans the clothes the best. But I wanted to, and Brian, we always talk about Brian Mara from One Tom Plumber and Unflooded. He said, find something that you can do, that you can learn and solves a problem, and then become passionate about it, and then you'll be okay. And I think that when it comes to the health like aspect, you know, like, dude, who wouldn't pay an extra $800 a month for an extra 5 days with their kids at the end of their lives? And that's what, I'm not going to put you on the hook saying you're going to extend lives, but the science is proving.
It very much is.
And the knowledge is coming to speed to say, like, if you do these things now, in your 80s, it'll pay dividends.
Yeah, it may extend longevity,
Right.
Or it may just make the time that you're here less painful, more, just better quality of life.
Yeah, you're more active with your children, your grandchildren.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Put a
not
price
just
tag on that.
Yeah.
Being able to get on the floor with your grandkids
Yep.
and build a Lego set and get back up at 75.
Yeah.
Because like that's kind of the way I think of this stuff. Like it's not about today, dude. Like, yeah, you'll feel great, but like you open up that avenue to that healthier life. I mean, we could fast forward the tape. If Jerry maintains his, I'll beat him in a foot race right now. But if Jerry maintains this lifestyle and I maintain this one, let's see us at 68, dude.
Well, I can tell you this. I don't know if I can beat you in a foot race, but I can tell you that I've only done a little bit of what you're offering, what you're going to offer, and I can do way more now than I could do than I could have done with myself 10 years ago.
Yeah.
At 41, I'm way better shape than I was at 31.
When you think about it, fitness and diet have been around forever. Everyone thought like, you want to get in good shape, you want to live longer, you want to be healthier, more active. Fitness and diet. But this whole realm of wellness services and all of the benefits here, it's newer. Yeah. I mean, just look at all the boutique fitness places that are around here. You got your Burn Boot Camps, your Orange Theories, Pure Barre. They're all over the place, and they're all killing it.
Yeah.
How many of my type of businesses are there? We're in the infancy. And not only that as a macro point, but we're in the Rust Belt here. So you've got segments of the population, Californians or Floridians, they're a little bit further down the learning curve of adopting this stuff. I'm bringing this to the Rust Belt. So I got a little bit of market education to do.
Yeah, you got to teach people about this
But
stuff.
it's also a very, very exciting challenge, and it'll be very rewarding whenever you start to see these Rust Belt, blue collar lives start changing, because they're like, oh man, red light is,
You're right, but there are people around here. I mean, I could tell you, I have a lot of friends that listen to Rogan and Huberman and Brecca, and they're going to hear about your place, and they're going to talk and they're going to be like, did you hear about that place in Fox Chapel that has cold plunges and saunas and
Well, make sure they mention your name because we're rolling out a huge referral program. We want everyone.
Let's go.
We want everyone to be talking about us.
mention the Between Two Bridges podcast.
I was gonna sign up, but now I'm gonna definitely sign up.
Yeah, there you go. Hook, line, sinker.
Yeah,
I think we bring a camera down and
maybe
put my
we got
ass
a
in a
new
cold
sponsor
plunge.
on the
There we
Between
go.
Two
Yeah,
Bridges
we'll
podcast.
film you doing a cold plunge. That sounds like a great idea.
So you also mentioned Wexford is another region. Do you have a timeline on when that location
We're
is
currently
gonna come?
looking at properties. So
Okay.
that's a fairly long process. I'm pretty experienced in the residential real estate and renting to young professionals, but it was a shock to see just how little supply of commercial real estate there is. It's very much a landlord's market right now.
Yeah.
So options are quite limited. We've probably looked at about 4 different Wexford options. We have one right now that we really like. We have an offer. We're currently in negotiations. So fingers crossed on that one. And if it does come to fruition, we're looking at a spring open there.
Funny you say that. We had in full disclosure, we had Ray Timmons, my father-in-law, on, and whenever our space in Aspenwall became available, he's like, just sign it, dude. Like don't hesitate, because if you hesitate, someone could call tomorrow, and now you have 2 people interested in this property, and you could be paying more, or they could want them more. And my landlord there, he's in his 80s, right? Everybody's got an opinion about him. He owns half the town.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, look, let's just sign the deal. We're business partners now, because that's what happens when you have a landlord in commercial property.
That's right.
Like, if my business does well, you're going to get paid.
Yep.
If my business doesn't do well, you're not going to get paid.
You're getting pulled into bankruptcy court.
Yeah. So.
All right, before we wrap up, what kind of wellness stuff do you do in your life?
Yeah, so I'm a huge fitness buff. I love being active. So I try to work out 4 or 5 days a week. I'm not a cardio guy. I'm trying to get a little bit better with the cardio. But speaking of Brecca, one thing that I really appreciate him for, when he's talking about anti-aging, he really talks about zone 2 cardio and how amazing that is. And that's where your heart rate, it's like a fast-paced walk. So I'm like, oh, see, I don't need to run. I don't need to go do a half marathon again. I can just walk on the treadmill inclined at 3 miles per hour, and I'm getting all the benefits. So yeah, love fitness. I'm really excited to open up my own spot here and have all these services. My wife and I have an infrared sauna at the house that we've used for, we've probably had that for about
We can just go there.
4 years. Yeah, it's really funny. It's like a little box you sit in, your head peeks out. So it's not like a 5,000 walk-in sauna. We spend about $1,000 on it. So yeah, we both really pay attention, like you were talking about earlier, to our food intake. You start realizing like, wow, there are seed oils in everything, and they are terrible for you. So that's a fun journey that we've been on together, just eating whole foods. Yeah, so definitely fitness and diet, and getting these type of services added to our mix and our arsenal of the overall health and wellness. It's a game changer. Can't wait.
It's awesome. This is going to be fun. I can't wait for it to open.
What's the open
Definitely check it
date?
out.
February.
Early February, early mid February. Yeah. We got a good general contractor. We're gonna keep his feet to the fire. We just started construction right now, so super excited. We'll be providing all of our members with cool updates as we go. We're rolling out a nice referral program, and they're good. They've locked in their lifetime discount. So when we open our doors, those prices are up 20 to 15 to 20%.
Pay attention, Mod Wash. You jag-offs. Because when they open a car wash, they're like, yeah, dude, you're a life member. And then you get a new debit card and you call them and you're like, or you go there and you're like, hey, I got to update my card. And then you lose your membership. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's terrible customer service.
So
another fun fact is that it's HSA and FSA eligible, so you can pay for your membership with pre-tax dollars.
Really?
Yes, sir.
ooh, his ears just perked up.
Yeah. Accountant, you like those type of numbers, right?
I like that. No, I like that a little bit of
pre-tax
information.
funds. Yep. Starting to get all right at selling this thing, huh?
Yeah, your wife's got you well trained.
That's exactly right.
So before we go, is there anything else that you like? Because this is not like your typical business that we have on here. Like we've had pizza shops, we've had car sales guys. Everybody knows that kind of game.
This is your chance to promote this.
Like,
thing.
is there anything else here that somebody should know about Degree?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, not only do we really believe in the services, they're all science backed. You come in here and you try us out, you're gonna feel great. You're gonna see it, and it's a month-to-month contract. You're not signing up with us and signing up for 3 months at a time. So, right now we just opened our founding membership sales, and we have the highest discounts that we'll ever offer available right now. We're loving to talk to people about it. So anyone reach out. There are some awesome benefits. You get to lock in that discount. And by the way, all of our members also get 25% off all of our IV drips and vitamin boosters. So not only, packaging those services in a membership provides you a discount. Like, let's use an example. You want to come in and use the infrared sauna. You're not a member. You just want to walk in and be like, hey, I could really use a sauna today. $45 a session. If you're our premier member, that's 8 sessions a month. It's about $16 per session. So you're looking at a huge discount, right?
Cheaper than suntanning.
Yeah, so it's when you sign up for a membership and you start bundling those sessions that you get per month, we're looking at like a 50 to 65% discount on anyone that wants to walk in and pay retail. And right now we're offering our best prices on it. So we're having a lot of great conversations. In 3 weeks, we've sold 45 founding memberships. So it's really fun to watch. There are about 12 other degree wellness studios across the country right now that are in our stage of pre-sales that we call. We're in first place, and we just started 3 weeks ago. There are a number of them that have been doing it for 2 months. So Fox Chapel is talking, and we're hearing them, and we can't wait to get open. So anyone reach out. We have some really cool information to share, and people have been bringing us great questions. So we love the conversation. Reach out. We have a Facebook page. We just created an Instagram page. All kinds of cool stuff.
How do you get them?
Yeah, so follow Degree Wellness Fox Chapel on Facebook, and you can go to degreewellness.com, and all the locations are on there. So we're at Fox Chapel, and you'll find all of our contact info. We got email, text, Instagram, Facebook. Look forward to talking to them.
Drive over and see them. Nothing wrong with that.
We got QR codes everywhere, so you QR code. Anytime you see us, you'll see a QR code.
Yeah.
It's got all the service information, membership pricing, our contact info, so big fan of QR codes.
Yeah, grab a pizza at EP Ziola and then scan the QR code.
Yep, we got our window vinyls up, so you can see some cool people getting into the sauna and cryo. QR code there, just snap it, and you'll have all the info you need, and my contact info.
Nice.
Can't wait.
And question, so if I join as a founding member, what's that do for my spouse or my
spouse
partner?
gets a discount.
Okay.
Yep, it's like a 15% discount on their membership, 20% discount, something like that. Yeah, cool. And that is on the top 2 tiers. So if you're unlimited or you're premier, premier's 8 sessions a month, or unlimited, you get the spouse discount. The core membership, it's 2 sessions a month for $55. There's really not much more that you can discount that.
Yeah. Got it. Man, I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see it come to the neighborhood multiple times. When I came home from vacation, I was in my sauna zone in February. I ran into your founder's page in Sewickley, just a little too far from home. It's not gonna make sense. But yeah, it's always fun to see something new come, especially to our area,
Yeah.
So
Yes, it's gonna be
wish
great.
you the best of luck, man.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, it was great to be here,
We'll
guys.
revisit this in a year.
Yeah.
Please.
But I think that our listeners definitely want to see me and Jerry hot, cold.
I think we're gonna we've got to do that.
Once you're open, we're gonna come down, maybe shoot some footage on site, and maybe
a little bit
sounds
more,
like a great idea.
get on video doing a little cold plunge. Get Joe in the cryo on video.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Just lose a foot. I'm like Mr. Deeds, like, I want you to change your socks. So,
Just have Nate film you in the cryo.
all right, man. Well, it's been great. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thanks.
Love you, bud.
Thank you for listening to Between Two Bridges, a business-to-business podcast. Find and follow us on your preferred podcast streaming platform. Like and subscribe, and leave us a rating and review. You can join us socially on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. You can email the show at info@betweentwobridgespodcast.com. Until next time, make it till you rake it.
You good?
I'm ready.
You good?
I'm good.